At this time, we ask that you please stand and kindly remove your hats as we pray, then remain standing for the national anthem. Our invocation will be delivered by Second Baptist School Director of Athletics, Mike Walker.
Let's pray together. Gracious Father, in this week of Thanksgiving, we realize that we are blessed beyond measure. We know that all things come from you, Father. Father, we thank you for these two institutions that have a mission centered around the foundation of your word. We thank you for the talent, commitment, and effort given forth by these athletes and coaches all season long. We give thanks for another opportunity to watch them compete on the football field here tonight. God, we ask for safety for the players, wisdom for the coaches, and discernment for the officials. May every word and action here tonight be pleasing to you. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Fans, we ask that you turn your attention to the northwest corner of the stadium and remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
It's high school playoff time, as tonight it's the TAPPS Division II state semifinal with the 11-2 Second Baptist Eagles taking on the 9-3 Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Welcome into the broadcast, everybody. Brandon MacArthur along with my producer and color commentator Enrique Rodriguez. Enrique, how you doing tonight? How jazzed up are you for this state semifinal matchup?
Oh, I'm ready. It's a bit chilly outside, but I think with some good movement with the football, I think we should be all good and heat up in here.
You're exactly right. Very chilly here for Houston weather standards. A little bit wet as well, as we've had rain all day long, but it's clearing up a bit, but the cold weather will definitely stick around, so we'll see how that's going to play in. As we mentioned earlier, it is the 11-2 Second Baptist taking on the 9-3 Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. These two teams did face off earlier this season, as on November 5th, it was an absolute shootout that the Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles took over 27-24 in an absolute electric battle back and forth. In fact, in that matchup, Fort Bend led 24-7 at halftime, and then Second Baptist came storming all the way back, only to have Fort Bend Christian Academy kick a field goal with 2 minutes left, and then as Second Baptist was trying to drive, they threw an interception that ended their hopes there. But they're coming in here on the season right now for Second Baptist after they won their matchup on the 19th against Regents, an Austin team, as they won 26-16, and that was a huge win for Second Baptist, as last year it was Regents who ended their season when they took over 33-14, so a little bit of redemption in this season. And on the flip side here for Fort Bend Christian, well, they've been absolutely having a dominant season, and they came in with a huge win over St. Michael's, another Austin team, 69-28. So in this case, they are looking to take over and see if they can keep that high-octane offense coming in, as Fort Bend Christian comes in averaging 513 yards per game on the offensive side. And now it looks like Fort Bend Christian is going to receive here, so that means Second Baptist will get the football to start the second half. And this is going to be a sensation here at looking at quarterback for the Eagles. Look for number 14, Brady Dever, as he is somebody that can absolutely sling the football all over the field. Brady, he comes in with 3,886 yards, 55 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions on the season. And not only do you think he's going to be a star as a quarterback, well, Brady, he's also a baseball star as well for Fort Bend Christian Academy, as he's having a 470 average on his career. So he is somebody that is a dual athlete, and we are going to look for spotlighting him, as you're going to watch number 14 sling the pill all over the yard, again leading that high-octane offense. And not only that, is Brady going to be somebody that will be throwing the football around. He's got some receivers that can make some plays as well, including number 10, Jalen Belford. And in that November 5th game against Second Baptist, Belford had 2 receiving touchdowns. And on the season, he actually is second on the team with 16 receiving touchdowns, 918 yards receiving. But he is actually trailing Dominio, who has 17 receiving TDs, my apologies, on 53 catches for 1,126 yards. So just before you think that Brady is somebody that can do it all in the backfield throwing the football, he has wide receivers for days. So they are a high-octane passing offense, and this Second Baptist defense is going to have their hands full to try to slow it down. If they can keep the Eagles within under 28 points, it will give them an opportunity here. But they are a stout defense as well, looking to see if they can put pressure on Brady, as one of those 4 interceptions Brady threw was in that Second Baptist matchup. So Fort Bend is going to be receiving the kickoff here in their all-black uniforms, Second Baptist in their gray tops and gray bottoms. And here comes the kickoff here on this beautiful Saturday night, as it's high end over end. It's going to be caught right there about the 4-yard line, trying to swing it onto the outside to see if he can pick up some blockers. He's to the 20, 25, 30, then he's pushed out of bounds. We'll see where they officially mark him, as it's a huge return, and the sideline is fired up, and that's going to give Dever an excellent field opportunity here for the Fort Bend Eagles.
Swinger's kick is fielded by LeBlue, taking up the left side for 32
As
yards.
LeBlue there, the man who returned that kickoff, is also their backup quarterback as well. So LeBlue, not only the backup QB, the returner, but he's also an excellent receiver as well, as LeBlue on the season does have a receiving touchdown and also 246 yards receiving, so he can do it all.
Little bit of jack of all trades there, you say.
Exactly right. Somebody that they are going to just see what they can do, just a Swiss Army knife of a football player. Now, there seems to have been a call from the white hat there. I believe it was an infraction against Fort Bend, but I didn't see any laundry on the field, but they are talking to both sides there to see how far they will enforce the infraction. So we'll listen into the white hat here.
First down.
So it will back him up after the penalty was assessed after the run. So it should push him back almost to the 30-yard line here. So 70 yards leads in front of here for Brady Dever, as he will step out there with a back split off to his right. 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen, 2 at the bottom. So we'll see how this weather is also going to affect Dever as well, as again, very damp, cold night. It's going to make it tough to hold the football, and as a receiver, it's going to be like catching a boulder. It's going to be a halfback draw, trying to go up to the middle there, swinging past the tackler, dragged down just shy of the 35 at the 34-yard line. So a solid pickup there for the Eagles, as they're pushing it closer to the 35-yard line. As that is LeBlue. Again, as you mentioned, Enrique, talk about jack of all trades, also their lead back as well, as LeBlue comes in with 1,760 yards and 13 rushing. Devers going deep over the top. He's got a man, and it's, incomplete.
Oh, wow. So close.
Dever threw it up there on the top shelf where only his receiver could get it, but brilliant coverage on the outside there to knock it away. As you can hear the Second Baptist Eagles fans erupt in cheers, as that will now force it to a 3rd and 6, ball on the 30-yard line, 11:04 with the clock stopped after the incompletion. Fort Bend takes no time to get these plays off, as they're already back into shotgun formation. Dever dropping back, looking over to his left, stepping up into the pocket, facing some heavy pressure, and he is going to be dropped shy of the marker, as he will get past the 35 to the 37, and it brings up 4th and interesting here for Fort Bend. Cole Morgan on the tackle there, as saying he was just there on the tackle is generous, as Morgan absolutely laid a shoulder into Dever, and that will bring out the special teams unit.
Back deep to receive for Second Baptist is Grayson Kim.
Grayson Kim there to receive the kick here, as he is floating around just past his 30-yard line. Good snap, good hold. Rugby style run. It's a low kick that's going to take a bounce. It's going to be picked up by Morgan. He's got some room to the outside, makes a man miss up to the 40, and then will step out of bounds right there around the 41-yard line. So excellent field position for the Second Baptist Eagles to take over, and they're going to see what they can do on their first drive after forcing Fort Bend into a 3-and-out. Or my apologies, a 4-and-out. My apologies. So now, Second Baptist coming in again, 11-2. They have a high-octane offense for themselves as they've put up 521 points this season in just 13 games. And the flip side of that, even though they've put up 521, they've only allowed 183. So don't sleep on this defense as well, as now they're going to be coming out here, setting up, trying to see if they could drive the field to get the first points of the game. As they're set up in a pistol formation here, two blacks split off to either side, and then a running back behind the quarterback here. Looking for the assignments. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to the outside. He's got some lead blockers there if he can get around the corner. He's to the 50, the 45, then shoved out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line at the 42. Move the sticks, 1st and 10, Second Baptist.
Everett Stillern around the right side carries it into Fort Bend territory. 1st down, Second Baptist at the Eagle 41.
And you could hear it right there. Everett Skiller, number 1 there, the 6', 205 senior running back / defensive back there on his first carry, was moving the sticks there, pushes it inside Fort Bend territory. 1st and 10, ball on the 41, 9:40 and counting here in the first quarter. Same formation here for Second Baptist. 5 seconds on the play clock here. They snap it with 1 second. Going to be a handoff to the back. Trying to find room to the outside, and he turns the corner.
He can go all the way.
Can he get past the safety?
And he doesn't.
Taking the handoff, scooting to the outside. I believe that's number 8, J.D. Crisp, the 5'10", 175 wide receiver sophomore, turned a corner, and just like you said, Enrique, he was almost about to find the end zone there with that brilliant speed. J.D. Crisp as well in that last matchup against Fort Bend on the November 5th. J.D., he had 2 receptions, or 2 DD receptions, my apologies. So not only can he rush it, but also fear him whenever he's starting to run his routes. 1st and 10, as it's now, my apologies, 1st and goal as they marked him out at the 10-yard line. So Second Baptist trying to knock on that door, see if they can put some points up here. Taking the snap, going to be a handoff to the back. Scooting his way up to the 5-yard line and still dragging the pile with him. Finally going down as they will mark him right there at the 3-yard line. So excellent gain of about 7. Eli Smith, number 21, as again, Eli in that last matchup, he had a rushing touchdown. So Eli and J.D. Crisp were huge in that last matchup, and so far coming up big here early again on this Saturday night state semifinal matchup. 8:45 and counting as it's 2nd and go on the 3-yard line. So far, Fort Bend has had no answer on this rushing attack here from Second Baptist. Smith right behind the quarterback in this formation. Taking the snap, going to give it to Smith. Bounce it off to the left side and touchdown. Just like that, Second Baptist 6-0 here with 8:20 in the first quarter. And the Eagles take a quick lead after Eli Smith rushing it over for a 3-yard rushing touchdown. As Eli Smith had a rushing touchdown last time these two teams faced off, picking up where he last left off with a 3-yard scamper, making it 6-0. Extra points still here to come. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. And just like that, 7-0. Second Baptist leading here as we will take a quick shout out here from our sponsors at Academy. At Academy Sports and Outdoors, back to school also means back to sport. From graphic tees to football cleats, we have everything you need to make this your best year yet. Swing by your local Academy store today or shop online at academy.com, and you can find all the hottest styles from top brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and Vans, all at a price you'll love. So if you want game-changing gear, start here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. I also want to do a read here for our Second Baptist friends. Welcome to a Second Baptist kickoff sponsored by The Cannon. Looking for a place to turn your big idea into a real business or take your small business to the next level? You need to check out The Cannon, Houston's premier entrepreneur and innovation community. Check out thecannon.com to learn more and start your journey. Welcome back into the broadcast, everybody, as it's Second Baptist taking a quick 7-0 lead over Fort Bend Christian Academy after a 3-yard touchdown rush from Eli Smith. And now Brady Dever is going to take the football back over, trying to see if he can get something going here for the offense, as they were forced to a punt on their first drive of the ball game. And this Second Baptist defense trying to see if they can corral the junior, as Brady Dever again on the season, 3,886 yards, 55 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. I'm sure you're going to hear me mention that several times. High end over end kick that will find the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Fort Bend will take over on their 25-yard line with 8:20 remaining here in the first quarter. Now, TAPPS does essentially play their same rules here as you would in an NCAA game. And in fact, as you are looking on your screen, you are seeing a live NCAA stadium here at Rice Stadium, which was home to Super Bowl VIII in 1974, where the Miami Dolphins won 24-7 over the Minnesota Vikings. Dever in the shotgun. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Nope, it's an option that he throws out to his wide receiver, and Second Baptist is quick to corral it, but solid stretch of the arm there to get to the 31-yard line. So Dever faked the handoff, took off to his left side there, saw that a couple of defenders were coming towards him, then threw out a screen over to his wide receiver, where he pushes it up forward for a gain of 6. So now 2nd and 4 here for Fort Bend. Dever, 2 wide receivers at the top of your screen and single coverage at the bottom. A wide receiver split off to his right and the tight end over there, the top of your screen. It's going to be an inside handoff. He's got the first down and more, dragging a couple of Second Baptist Eagles with him as he takes it down to the 39-yard line. 1st and 10, move the chains here for Fort Bend. And again, Dever, my apologies, quick to get the formation set up this time. He's got 3 at the top of your screen, 1 wide receiver at the bottom. His running back split off to his left. Brady dropping back. He's going to fire over to the outside. It's going to be caught, making a man move. It's going to get up to the 45, down at the 44-yard line. So a gain of about 4 to make it 2nd and 6 with 7:20 and counting here in the first.
Pick up a 5. That'll bring up 2nd.
And that was a catch by Gardoni, the junior. Before that catch, 42 receptions for 730 yards and 13 receiving TDs. Dever going to keep it himself. He's going to try to make it out to the outside, and then he's going to throw it out to his wide receiver, Gardoni, again, who stretches it forward. It's only a gain of about 2. Second Baptist doing an excellent job staying home on their coverage and not letting Dever beat them on that wide receiver option is essentially what it turns into. It's a run-pass option with Dever where he can either take it and try to hit the corner or throw it out to his wide receiver on the outside there. As you can see, so far Second Baptist has been playing excellent defense, staying with their man and not getting burned so far. They're going to split the back out over to the top of your screen. Dever, empty backfield, stepping up into the pocket, floating one out there. He's got a man, and hits him in the fingertips. Oh, that one is going to hunt. I believe that's LeBlue, as the senior is going to be thinking about that one as it hit him right in the fingertips. Just the hardest catch to make there, Enrique, when it's right over your head.
Oh yeah, whenever it's over your shoulder, you have to look back, and there's so much stuff going through your mind, and it just goes over you.
Exactly right. It's so hard to get the bearing of the football. It's the worst position when it's directly over the head. But that 4th down will stop it at 6:16 here in the first quarter, and it'll bring out the punting unit again, the 2nd time here for Fort Bend. It's another low punt that will bounce, and it's going to take a solid bounce here for Fort Bend, as it will crash down right there about the 15-yard line. So Second Baptist last time was able to take it all the way and put up points for 7-0. Can they repeat it again, as they will trot the offense back out after their first drive ended in a 3-yard touchdown rush from Eli Smith? But this time it's going to be a lot more difficult, as they're going to have to travel 85 yards here, as they're going to be deep into their own territory starting out on the 15. So 6:03 remaining here in the first quarter. Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. As again, it was Fort Bend who started with the football, so that does mean Second Baptist will receive in the second half. They're going to stick with that same kind of pistol formation where they have backs split off to either side and the one behind the quarterback. Takes the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Smith. Smith cuts it up the middle, breaks through a couple of arm tackles as he pushes it past the 21 down to the 22-yard line. So a solid pickup of about 7 yards to make it 2nd and 3 here for Second Baptist.
Brought down by Grant Harrelson.
It's kind of a stark contrast between the two offenses here, as Fort Bend is more of an air raid where you see Second Baptist runs kind of a similar offense like you would see at Navy, where it's a lot of motion and an option kind of attack where it's a slew of running backs that can take the handoff. But don't sleep on their wide receivers, as they can still burn you with pass plays as well. Defense crowding the box there. 1 second on the play clock, gets it off just in time, hands it off to Smith. Smith then is going to be dragged down as he just gets a gain of maybe the football to make it 3rd and 3 here. An excellent defense on the outside there from Fort Bend, getting to Smith quickly and just dragging him down.
That'll bring up 3rd and short for the Eagles.
So 3rd and 3 here from the 23. Second Baptist taking a lot of time here as they are going to try to see if they can dominate the time of possession against Fort Bend and try to see if they can just wear that defense down by just keeping the football, keeping that offense on the bench. As so far, Second Baptist defense been doing their job, forcing Fort Bend to 2 punts here. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to the back, trying to bust it out to the outside. Will he have the edge? Stiff arms a man down, then drag down, and he is going to be way short of that first down marker. And it brings up 4th and short here, about 4th and 2. They'll mark him at the 24. He's got to get to the 25.
Gain of 1. That'll bring up 4th and 1 for Second Baptist.
So check that. I said 4th and 2. It makes it a 4th and 1. Very interesting, but you are deep inside your territory here if you're Second Baptist. And by the looks of it, it looks like they're going to roll the dice and go for it here.
I think it's too early in the game to go for it. I think you just play it safe, just kick it out and see what happens.
I'm kind of with you on that, Enrique. It seems like a big roll of the dice here, but this is a situation you got to trust your offensive line. You got to trust your quarterback's decision making. Can they pick up a yard? 4th and 1. Looks like pressure from the outside. Do they jump? And oh, they got in the backfield quickly and dragged him down. So far, no flags on the field, and it looks like it's going to be Fort Bend football deep inside Second Baptist territory. Oh, man, Enrique, just like what you said, might have been a little bit too early to roll the dice on this one, and they got quickly into the backfield.
Yeah, so far, by the looks of it, with the way how Second Baptist has been playing in the past, they're not too good when it comes to the 4th down conversions, when it comes with that close of a call, and when even in a big stage like this, you can't do that.
It's state semifinals here, rolling it on 4th and 1, and now Dever will come out. He's going to roll over. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and just like that, touchdown. Dever finds a man just wide open into the end zone. I believe that is Cretion, number 1, as Marcus Cretion catches another touchdown, his 17th on the season.
And look at this formation right here.
Yeah, this is going to be a swinging gate where then they'll move the formation on over now. As, yeah, that's always one where it takes a moment to say, like, well, what is going down here? Good snap, good kick. It's true and through, and just like that, after a 4th down stop from Fort Bend, the very next play is a 22-yard touchdown reception by Cretion from Brady Dever, number 56 on the season there from Brady. And now Second Baptist, with 3:16 remaining in the first quarter, is going to have to rally quickly here after rolling the dice, getting shut down, and turning the ball over on your 22-yard line. You're going to have to see if you can come out here and make some noise. and try to get the momentum back. And while we do that, we'll take a quick shout-out read here from our Academy over at sponsors, or her sponsors over at Academy. Said that backwards. Get ready to go back to school and back to sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Shop in-store or online at academy.com. And you can find all the hottest sports gear and casual styles from Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and more. As welcome back here to Rice Stadium in beautiful Houston, Texas, right in the medical district and next to beautiful Memorial Park, as it is the TAPPS Division II state semifinal matchup between the 11-2 Second Baptist Eagles and the 9-3 Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. And if you just now joined us at the top of the hour here, as it was a quick 22-yard touchdown strike, Dever to Cretion, that knotted up here at 7. And now, Second Baptist is going to see if they can answer here and try to rally. It's a high end-over-end kick that will be caught right there around the 2-yard line. Trying to rush it up the middle to see if he's got some blocking. Going to bounce it out, tripped up, and then brought down at the 25-yard line. So nice job by Kim, returning it to the same spot if he would have taken a knee. But he had a little slither of a lane, but nice job by Fort Bend just getting a hand to his foot and tripping him up. So now the offense will trot out there, trying to see if they can drive the length of the field. They're going to have to go 75 yards here if they want to score some points. With Second Baptist offense here, we've been seeing a slew of running backs already taking the handoff here. Eli Smith, the only one who has found the end zone so far for the Eagles. Same pistol formation here. 2 seconds on the play clock. Takes a snap. Going to roll out. This time they're going to look over to the wide receiver. It's going to be caught. Getting out to the outside, then finally tripped up, as that is Everett Skillern, the 6', 205 running back senior there for the Second Baptist Eagles, making a brilliant catch and getting out of bounds. Should make it a 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard catch.
Yeah, I think what the Eagles are trying to do here is just trying to get back at the other Eagles.
Yeah, Battle of the Birds.
Yeah, to see with that 4th down conversion right there, or the failed conversion.
And it was nice to actually see that was their first pass play here, Second Baptist, as they had an excellent pass protection there all day for the quarterback to throw. And then he finally found Skillern on the outside for a pickup of 9. So Murdoch barking out the orders, takes a snap, and we're going to see. Did somebody move too quick? Nope, it's going to be a timeout here from Fort Bend. So we'll take one with them here. 2:14 remaining in the first quarter, 7-7. Second Baptist trying to see if they could drive here as you're watching this. Back to Rice Stadium here as it is first quarter, 2:14 remaining here, 7-7, and it's Second Baptist Eagles on their own 34-yard line as they're facing a 2nd and 1 against this Fort Bend Christian Academy Eagles. Fort Bend Christian Academy is the district winner there, coming in at 5-0, and right behind them was Second Baptist, 4-1, and they're only lost to, you guessed it, Fort Bend Christian Academy. Murdoch going to drop back to pass. He's facing some heavy pressure, steps up into the pocket, and then he's going to be dragged down for a sack, as it will be a loss almost back to the 31-yard line. So loss of just about 3, so it still makes it 3rd and very manageable here for Second Baptist, as a brilliant sack on the play there from Fort Bend. And according to their statistics, they do not have a sack on the season. I refuse to believe that. I just think they haven't entered that in on Max Preps. But if so, you just saw their first sack of the season. So we're a minute 40 and counting here in the first quarter. As Murdoch trying to set up Second Baptist here, as they got to get it up to the 35-yard line if they want to move the chains. Murdoch dropping back, going to screen it out to his back. Trying to see if he has some blocking. Doesn't look like he has much. Dancing around back there. They're going to be spun down, and it should be for a loss. Looks like it's going to be a loss of one. Fort Benton Christian just stepping up the defensive abilities here, and it will force Second Baptist into a punt.
Fort Benton has been all over Second Baptist. This is not good.
This was a situation where Second Baptist, they started their first original drive just moving the ball at ease against Fort Benton, but you're right, Enrique. So far, Fort Benton is making some adjustments right now, and the Eagles been moving backwards as they'll bring out the punt team for the first time here tonight. Good snap. Kick is high, spiraling as it will land right around the 40 and then take a brilliant hop and bounce out of bounds about the 33-yard line. So solid punt there, as now Brady Dever will take on over from his 33-yard line with just 27 seconds left here in the first quarter. Now there is still 3 timeouts remaining for Second Baptist, 2 remaining for Fort Bend. So we'll see what Brady Dever can do here, as the last time he took over, it was a quick one-play, 22-yard touchdown reception from Creeshun. Dropping back is Dever. He's facing some pressure, and he's going to go down. And Brady Dever, that's going to be a huge loss as he's pushed all the way back to the 22-yard line.
He took a bit too long in the pocket and didn't throw, and those are the consequences for that.
You're exactly right. He just had some hard blitz on the outside there, and Dever just kept holding the football, and then down he goes to make it 2nd and 20. And I think Fort Bend's going to take a timeout here.
Actually, no, I think the time just ran out.
Yep, you're right. That's the end of the first quarter here. We are knotted up at 7. It's a good one here, folks. Make sure you don't turn that dial as you are watching this TAPPS Division II state semifinal here on Vype Live. Second quarter here, as it is a 2nd and 20. Ball on the 22-yard line of Fort Bend after Dever went down for a 12-yard sack. It's going to be screened out there to the wide receiver, Creeshun, who's then laid down, as I don't think he's going to get much on that. In fact, they'll say a gain of nothing to bring up 3rd and 20.
No gain on the play.
As excellent coverage there from Second Baptist, reading that wide receiver screen on the outside, and then wrapping up Creeshun to not even allow him any yards after a catch. Dever set up in the shotgun. He's going to be facing some pressure on the outside. It's going to be a halfback screen over there to LeBlue. LeBlue cutting back up to the middle, and then he's going to be dropped shy of the first down marker at the 31. And ooh, they're moving that football.
Dever's pass is complete to LeBlue.
Oh, my apologies. That's not even near the first down marker. That's the original line of scrimmage. I forgot how far back they were. So that should bring out the punt team, as now they'll be punting that one away on their 32-yard line. The punter standing about in front of his 20-yard line. Rugby-style kick here. It's going to be end over end. It's going to take a wicked hop and then roll past the 20 all the way to about the 15-yard line where the football will come to a nice resting stop. So excellent job again from the Second Baptist defense, forcing a punt from Brady Dever. And now that will bring out the quarterback, Turner Murdoch, the sophomore, standing at 6'2", 198, trying to see if he can lead this team back down the field and they can find the end zone. So far, the only points came on their very first drive after a 3-yard touchdown rush from Eli Smith. But outside of that, it's been a little bit tough here for Second Baptist after they had a turnover on downs going for it on 4th and 1 on their own 22-yard line. And then last time they had the football, they had to punt it away. Now Murdoch coming out here trying to see if he can drive it 85 yards to the end zone. Murdoch takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Smith. Smith trying to bounce it out to the outside. Spins through a couple of tackles and then keeps pushing it forward. Gets past the 15 all the way to the 16, as that is the longest gain of 1 I have seen.
Eli Smith with the carry. Hard-fought yard.
Hard-fought yard is very well put.
Brought down by
as now it makes it 2nd and 9, as there's 10-10 remaining here in the first half. Murdoch, he's got about 19 seconds still left on the play clock as Second Baptist takes their sweet time before getting any plays off here, trying to just control time of possession. As now Murdoch in that same formation here with his 3 running backs split all around him. Sends a man in motion, takes the snap. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. Murdoch looking over the middle. He's going to fire it deep. Does he got his man? And it's incomplete. Ooh, that was a 50-50 ball in the end as it was right there at the 50, but it will fall incomplete and stop the clock at 9:35 and force it into a 3rd and 9 with the ball still resting on Second Baptist 16-yard line.
That would have been an amazing catch if he caught it because he had two defenders on him.
And he was starting to just peel away, but that ball just hung up in the air a little long. And I'm gonna blame the elements on that one as Murdoch is throwing into the wind as we're looking over here to the left side of the end zone. And still some drizzle coming down. In fact, it looks to be drizzling a little bit harder than it was at kickoff. Murdoch still set up in the same formation here. 3 seconds remaining, gets the snap off. He's gonna throw up another lob pass there over to his wide receiver on the outside. Do we have a flag? Ooh. There's a late flag.
There we go.
Whoa. I guess the ref is just going to say that he couldn't get it out of his pocket, but it looked like a lot of contact there from Fort Bend, and I believe that's going to be a pass interference.
Pass interference against the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
There we go.
And it is. So move the chains after the pass interference. And that seemed like there was a lot of pushing and shoving on the outside there, and then just took forever to get the flag out. Then finally, whoever threw that one, man, somebody get that guy a quarterback as well. He sailed that bad boy. So after the infraction, the clock is stopped at 9:25 as they are still waiting to set the chains and move the football up to the 31-yard line after the 15-yard penalty. So 1st and 10 here, fresh set of downs for Second Baptist. Second Baptist still has all 3 of their timeouts. Fort Bend just remaining with 2. Murdoch takes the snap. Going to give it to his back. Trying to bust it out to the outside. Seeing if he can turn that corner. He's up to the 30. Center step. Spins out of a couple of arm tackles and then brought down right there at the 36-yard line. As it is a solid pickup of about 5. We'll make it 2nd and 5 here for Second Baptist as we tick under 9:05 remaining before halftime. I didn't see any marching bands, so I don't think our halftime will be as long as typical high school halftimes are.
No, I think with the TAPPS rules, it's the drill team and the cheer squad that goes out.
You know what? I like it.
Yeah, something different.
Something different. You're exactly right. So Murdoch this time with his backs pushed further in. Going to see if they'll just try to power up the middle here. Takes the snap. He's going to give it to Smith. And he does power up the middle, and he gets loose into the secondary.
He goes.
Oh, finally tripped up. Oh, man. Eli Smith saw nothing but green in front of him. Then a shoelace tackle right there at the 45-yard line. But 1st and 10 again here for Second Baptist. Move the chains, and they move inside of Fort Bend territory.
I got to give him props because I saw no way he could have gone through, and he still managed to go through.
You're exactly right. Eli Smith just so patient on that. Read his holes there. Excellent job from the offensive lineman to create that gap. And Smith hit it, and then he just started taking off. And if it wasn't for the shoestring tackle, he was making a house call. So same formation that we just saw. Let's see if Smith gets another carry here. Murdoch takes the snap, gives it back to Smith, spins out a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and then finally is going to be brought down past the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Eli Smith just running hard here in this state semifinal.
Brought down by Baird.
So a solid pickup of about 6 yards, make it 2nd and 4, 7:20 and counting before halftime. And you know Second Baptist is in no rush here, trying to bleed this clock as much as they can to try to leave Brady Dever with no time. And Second Baptist does get the football to start the second half as well. Murdoch, same formation, barking out the orders. Takes the snap with 1 second left, gives it to his running back as he finds room on the outside. Gets to the 30, then finally shoved out of bounds just shy of the 25 at the 26. What a run from Everett Skillerin.
Right,
the senior coming up big here.
First down for Second Baptist. Down to the Fort Bend Christian 26.
So move the chains again. 1st and 10 for Second Baptist as they are now inside the 26-yard line of Fort Bend. Clock is officially stopped. I believe it was because he was pushed out of bounds. Murdoch with his backs now pushed in. Usually this is Eli Smith time. And it is going to be Eli Smith. Makes a couple of jump cuts, then lowering the boom. He's getting pushed around there, and his forward momentum will be stopped around the 21, maybe 22-yard line. So a gain of 4 to make it 3rd and very manageable here. My apologies, make it 2nd and 6. As several Fort Bend Eagles were on the tackle there, as they've been doing a good job so far, both defenses. But right now, Second Baptist having a little bit of rhythm here. And they've been doing it with the seniors, 21 Eli Smith and number 1 Everett Skillerin. Now Murdoch. This is usually Eli Smith time here in this formation. Let's see if he's going to try to catch him off guard. Nope, they're going to give it back to the bell cow as he pushes it up almost to the 20-yard line, make it the 21. Ooh, that was a late hit. No flags. As you can hear the chirping from fans there, they wanted something. But now, looks like it was going to be, maybe a gain of 1. So 3rd and 5, ball on the 21-yard line, 5:30 and counting. Still 20 seconds remaining on the play clock here, as they'll snap the football with about 5:05 remaining on the game clock. Murdoch does have single coverage on either side. He's going to fake the handoff, dropping back, looking to pass. He's facing heavy pressure, rolls out of the pocket, and then throws it over towards the sideline. Are they going to say he's in?
Call it?
They're talking over there. They're going to say catch.
Oh, wow.
And there is no replay to challenge that. So 1st and goal after the reception on the sideline. Holy twinkle toes. That is some footwork. So after the gain of 13, first and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. As Fort Bend coaches are looking for an explanation, Jordan Black, the head coach, is in the White Hat's ear saying, no way, how does he possibly come down with that? So they're going to, they should reset the play clock here. They do so. So it's a fresh 25, even though they're set at the line. Facing heavy pressure, trying to rush it up the middle as they're kind of in a wildcat formation there, but not much room to go. As maybe it's a gain of 1, pushes it up to, we'll say the 6, nope, still at the 7.
That'll bring up second and goal from the 7.
Second and goal from the 7 here, 4:35 and counting. As Second Baptist trying to do anything they can to find that end zone for the second time, especially right before halftime. Murdoch checks back in after he checked out for the kind of wildcat formation. I believe Second Baptist is going to take a timeout here.
Timeout.
And they do so. So we'll take a quick one with them. 4:16, second and goal from the 7. Second Baptist knocking on the door when we return here on Vype Live.
Fan school update from Midland, Texas, where Dallas Christian leads Southwest Christian 7-0. In the second quarter, where the winner of that game will play the winner of this game for the TAPPS 5A championship. We'll keep our eye on that and keep you posted throughout the evening.
Welcome back to Rice Stadium here in Houston, Texas. As 4:16 remaining before halftime, we're knotted up at 7, but Second Baptist Eagles on a second and goal from the 7-yard line of Fort Bend, trying to see if they can take a lead just before halftime. It's going to be Murdoch, Turner Murdoch in his famous formation here. Who's he going to go to? Gives it off to his back. Makes a cut over to the outside. He's got the corner.
There we go. Touchdown.
J.D. Crisp with the 7-yard rushing touchdown. And it gives Second Baptist the 13-7 lead with the extra point still pending. So what a drive, helped out by a late flag on a pass interference that allowed them to move the chains. And then from there, it was Eli Smith and Everett Skillern who did a lot of the heavy lifting that brought them all the way down there to the 7. And then a 7-yard scamper from J.D. Crisp. Kick is up, true and through, and just like that, it's now 14-7 with 4:07 remaining before halftime. And we'll take a quick read here from our sponsors at Academy. At Academy Sports and Outdoors, back to school also means back to sports. From graphic tees to football cleats, we have everything you need to make this your best year yet. Swing by your local Academy store today or shop online at academy.com, and you can find all the hottest styles from top brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, and Vans, all at a price you'll love. So if you want game-changing gear, start here at Academy Sports and Outdoors. And welcome to another Second Baptist kickoff sponsored by The Cannon. The Cannon was created for Houston to provide everything that you need to create and grow your business. Whether you need help getting started, a place to work, a community of supporters, or even access to health, life, and retirement benefits, The Cannon is here to help you thrive. Check out thecannon.com to learn more and start your journey. Welcome back to Rice Stadium, everybody, as it's now 14-7, Second Baptist leading over Fort Bend Christian Academy after a 7-yard touchdown rush from number 8, J.D. Crisp, giving the Eagles the lead. Now both teams still do have 2 timeouts remaining in their back pocket, and Brady Dever, the quarterback for Fort Bend, does not need much time, but so far he's been a little bit stalemated here from the Second Baptist defense, as Brady's only touchdown came on a one-play 22-yard strike to Marcus Cretion, and that was it. So far, Second Baptist been holding strong as they forced him into 3 punts besides that 1 touchdown. So trying to run east-west here, making it past a couple of tacklers, gets a couple of blocks up to the 25, makes another guy miss. Is he still going? My Lord. And finally brought down by every special teams player as he is past the 25 to about the 27-yard line. So Brady is going to come out and have to go 73 yards to try to knot this up with 3:51 remaining. Second Baptist, again, does get the football to start the second half. So if you're the Second Baptist Eagles here and you can force another punt, possibly pick up some more points and then get the football, you are in the driver's seat here in this state semifinal matchup. Dever sends a man in motion. He's going to look over towards LeBlue. He fires it out there. It's caught. He stutters. He puts an arm on the ground. They're going to mark him down, and ooh, that's going to be a big loss too.
Oh yeah. Whenever he caught it, I think he caught it off guard, so he started stumbling with it.
And he slipped out right from under there, and then his elbow touched, and that will be a loss there, pushing him back to the 24-yard line. So now make it 2nd and 13. Dever in the shotgun, taking the snap, faking the handoff, rolling out of the pocket, firing deep. It's a jump ball there, and he was looking for Marcus Cretion, and oh, out comes a flag.
Ooh, I don't know there.
They're saying it's going to be on Grayson Kim, the senior defensive back, unless that's going to be on the offense. Is it? I think it is. Second Baptist is pointing towards Fort Bend. Ooh, it is! So now push him even further back. It's going to make it about 2nd and 28.
Ho.
So that football was just a jump ball that Brady Dever threw up to his main man, Marcus Cretion, who jumped up there, and he made a little bit too much contact. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good heads-up call there from Second Baptist to decline it, because now it still makes it 3rd and 13. Last thing you want to do is give Fort Bend another down to play with. So 3rd and 13, 3:11. Dever dropping back. He's going to face a little bit of pressure. He's stepping up into the pocket. Flag comes flying out, and it's caught. He will score, but the flag is down, and typically that's holding. So hold the celebrations for right now as Brady Dever, and it is holding.
Oh my, wow.
So take the touchdown off of the board and instead back it up 10 yards to make it 3rd and 23. As now the ball will be on the 14-yard line of Fort Bend Christian.
10-yard penalty will bring it to 3rd and 23.
And what was a 76-yard touchdown is now backing it up 10 yards after the holding.
Yeah, I don't know. You heard me trying to say he's going all the way, but I just saw the flag. I'm like, oh wait, never mind. Let me stay quiet.
I know it's one of those where you just want to get it super excited, but it's like, I know this doesn't have good news written on it. So Dever still in the shotgun here. Second Baptist trying to bring pressure from the outside. Dever's going to have to step up into the pocket. He's got a little bit of green ahead of him. He's up to the 20, and then he's going to be dragged down, and that will bring out the punt unit. And I believe that's going to be a timeout from Second Baptist as well.
Dever scrambles around the left side. Was eventually knocked out of bounds by number 28, Kyle Colmorgan.
Nope, they're just.
That was a gain of 4.
Yeah, it should be a timeout.
Fort Bend Christian.
Timeout. Defense.
Yeah, okay.
Taking charge of the half.
I was going to say, they blew the whistles, they stopped the clock. Should be a timeout there, and it's a heads-up play there from Second Baptist because it will stop it with 2:44 remaining before halftime. Now, they do have only one timeout remaining as they will be forcing Fort Bend into a long punt. Well, we got a few moments. Let's figure out, how did Second Baptist get to 11-2. Well, they started off the season against Kincat, a Houston team, where they lost 21-24, and then they got rolling. They won 41-7 over Houston Christian, 48-13 over Concordia Lutheran, 49-14 over Cypress Christian, 23-19 over Calhoun, 44-0 over St. Joseph, 34-23 over the Woodlands Christian Academy, 47-13 over Lutheran South Academy, then 49-0 over Frassati Catholic, and then the devastating loss on November 5th, 27-24 to Fort Bend Christian. Then they got it rolling again, 48-7 over St. Joseph's, which is St. Joseph's Academy in Brownsville, then 48-7 over St. Joseph, a team in Victoria, and then the playoffs started to keep rolling in as they won 26-16 over Regents, a team out of Austin, and now they face Fort Bend Christian, where they're leading 14-7 and possibly getting the football here after this punt. Now they will face the winner of Dallas Christian and Southwest Christian, and currently that game is in the second quarter where Dallas Christian is up 7-0. Good snap, rugby style punt, and it's blocked.
Oh, he's trying to get it, in.
That's a live ball, but it's going to go out of bounds.
Wow, everything went wrong at this moment for Fort Bend, and I don't think that timeout worked very well for them.
Whew. A blocked punt is now going to give Second Baptist amazing field position as they're going to be inside the 15 at the 14. So 1st and 10 from Fort Bend Christian's 14-yard line with 2:31 and only one timeout remaining. This is a situation Second Baptist can possibly go up 2 scores and then get the football to start the second half. Murdoch coming in that same formation. This time he's got his running backs pushed up a little bit more, and Fort Bend Christian is going to have to take a timeout, and they do, as they had a late substitution on there. So now both teams down to just one timeout, and that's not what you need if you're Fort Bend, but we'll take a quick timeout with them. 2:31 remaining here in the first half. Second Baptist threatening when we return here on Vype Live.
By a score of 14-0.
This sophomore set up in his same formation. Murdoch gives it to Smith. Smith cutting up the middle, then finally brought down at the 10-yard line. So a solid pickup of about 4 to make it 2nd and 6. And now the clock will start rolling here
Smith with the carry
for Second Baptist as they're going to try to bleed this down all they can.
He's brought down on the play by
Now they do have a solid kicking game as well. Actually, both teams have a lot of faith in their kickers, as on that November 5th game, it did come down to the kicker, where Fort Bend Christian won 27-24 late. So Murdoch still in the same formation here. This time with everybody pushed forward, it's usually Eli Smith who gets the carry on this. Let's see if they're going to try to do a fake. Going to face some pressure from up the middle. Gives it to Smith. He lowers the head, and then he is dropped. Maybe a gain of 1 as he pushes up to the 9-yard line. So now it makes it 3rd and about 5. They got to make it to the 4. Now with 30 seconds remaining on the play clock and 1:14 left on the game clock, they can bleed this all the way down to where even if they don't pick up the first down, they're not going to leave Fort Bend Christian much time here before half. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Murdoch sending Skillern in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. He's going to have to roll out. He's facing heavy pressure. Throws it over towards the sideline, but he just fires it out of bounds. So that will stop the clock. Fans wanted a flag after Murdoch was pushed, but no flag on that. So it will stop the clock with 43 seconds left. Makes it 4th and 5, and that should bring out the special teams unit for a simple chip shot here. Now, it doesn't seem the wind, he is kicking into the wind, but this is a relatively short kick.
In to attempt a 27-yard field goal, Charlie Schwinger.
Low snap, they're gonna have to pick it up. He's gonna try to roll for the first down marker. He dives and he's way short as it was a bad snap.
Oh, there goes a sign in the back.
Yeah, they did destroy that. Carback Brewery is going to be
gone.
getting some free advertising after he just blew up that signage over there on the sideline. But that missed field goal is going to be devastating there as they were trying to go up 10. And now with the bad snap, you got to blame maybe the possible weather here, as that is a wet football. And it was picked up by Skillern. Try to make it over to the first down. He leapt, but he was way short. So now 33 seconds left. Can Brady Dever drive the length of the field here and get some points? He's only got one timeout. He's going to hand it off to LeBleu. LeBleu powering forward, and then he's going to be dragged past the first down marker, so stop the clock with 25 seconds.
LeBleu
makes it 1st and 10.
Picks up 11.
And after the gain of 11, should start the clock there. Dever doesn't look in too much of a hurry here, so I think they're going to just possibly make one more play here.
I don't know. I think I smell a pass coming in.
And they're going to hand it off to LeBleu, and then he runs off to the side where he'll be dragged down. And that should bring us here to the end of the first half. 3, 2, 1, and it does. So at the end of the first half, we are in an absolute battle here between Second Baptist leading 14-7 over Fort Bend Christian Academy, who's only got 7. Second Baptist will start with the football, and we return for the second half action here on Vype Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin our halftime festivities. We'll begin by please welcoming to the field the Second Baptist School Golden Girls. The Golden Girls social officers are Kendallyn Ferenza and Virginia Young. The Golden Girls dance officers are Lieutenant Kate Davidson and Captain Emily Bowling. Ladies, the field is yours. How about a big round of applause for the Second Baptist School Golden Girls? Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the center of the field, where we will now welcome the 2021-2022 SBS Varsity Cheerleaders. Sophomore, Anna Brandt. Junior, Emily Darwin. Junior, Ella Ryan. Junior Chaplain, Reagan Yarborough. Junior Co-Captain and NCAA All-American, Caroline Marshall. Senior, Katie Torn. Senior, Cameron Kelly. Senior Chaplain and NCAA All-American, Nina Robert. Senior Captain, Grace Pollock. Senior Co-Captain and NCAA All-American, Taylor Nunez. Senior Social Chair, Courtney Reppert. Senior, Joni Darnall. Senior, Ava Lovelace. Junior Social Chair, Caroline Martinez. Junior, Lindsay Harden. Junior, Scarlett Gunn. Junior, Caitlin Kraus. Junior, Caroline Hawkins. The team is coached by Andrea Spence. The varsity cheerleaders work year-round to cheer on all of our SBS teams. At this time, please direct your attention to the field as the SBS varsity cheerleaders perform. Ladies, your music is on. How about a big round of applause for the 2021-2022 SBS cheerleaders. And now we'll transition in halftime to the Fort Bend Christian Academy performances. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the field your Fort Bend Christian Academy 21-22 varsity cheerleaders performing an exciting routine for your halftime entertainment. Under the direction of head varsity cheer coach Angie C. Valero, assistant varsity cheer coach Chelsea Sheffer, social co-captain Lexi Rivers, performance co-captain Nina Singleton, performance co-captain Elizabeth Ingraham, senior Nicole Gicanio, senior Lauren Ramirez, junior Brooke Coleman, sophomore Abigail Bray, sophomore Victoria Taylor, NCAA All-American cheerleader and freshman Ashlyn Rivers. How about a big round of applause for the Fort Bend Christian Academy varsity cheerleaders. Fort Bend's Christian Academy's dance team this evening is under the direction of head varsity dance coach Angie Civalero, assistant varsity dance coach Mackenzie Schmidt. The 2021 Emerald Brigade dancers are UDA All-American dancer and senior Peyton Daly, UDA All-American dancer and junior Madison Carter, sophomore Katie Bolmert, sophomore Allie Gregoric, freshman Brianna Gracie.
You know what spreads faster than any virus? It's fear. Let me say what I believe. I believe we gonna face everything and rise. Let me hear you say
How about a big round of applause for the Fort Bend Christian Academy Emerald Brigade dancers. Fans, we encourage you to take the next 11 minutes and visit one of the concession stands and support our great hosts, the Rice University Owls.
You never catch me lacking. Yeah, I got a lot to be thankful for. Like how you died for me and gave me power over my foes. You can have top notches on the third A rose. You can have top notches on the third A rose. If you want a life change, come partake with me. If you want to get the loot, come parlay with me. If you tired of being lame, come partay with me. If you tired of being lame, come parlay with me. Anything I'm bullshit. Cause I only want what's top notch. I know who I am. Oh, I know who I am. You was made from the best. Oh, you was made from the best. We don't want nothing less. All I want, top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. That's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. That's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. Top notch, ayy, jumping over demons, top skies, ayy. Been a minute, now we on top, and I ain't getting off like I'm at the wrong stop, ayy. Who know won't settle? Lifetime poverty, I think it's from the devil. Why would God want you on a lower level? I would not describe my life as ain't nothing special. I was the best God, got the offer. Get that mean a Lamborghini or a plan saucer. I'ma get up from my father, kingdom inheritance, till he died for me, baby. Devil to save you, I'm embarrassed, but you can't lie to me, baby. I wrote 10, whatever God got the offer, I want all of it. It's not just about the money, but it's part of it. This is something I just thought of. It's been an open heaven since the Genesis, the start of it. Dang. Anything I'm bullshit. Cause I only want what's top notch. I know who I am. Oh, I know who I am. You was made from the best. Oh, you was made from the best. We don't want nothing less. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. That's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want. That's what I want. Top notch. Ooh, that's what I want.
Two quarters remain between these two teams for one of them to head off to the state final, as right now it's 14-7, Second Baptist leading over Fort Bend Christian Academy. And let's take you through the drives here to catch you up on how we got to 14-7. Let's first start over at Fort Bend Christian Academy. Well, they started off their first two drives with a punt, and then a punt, and then it was a one-play, 22-yard touchdown reception by Marcus Cretion. And then in the second quarter it was a punt, then a block punt, and then an end of half. On the flip side here, a little bit better for Second Baptist. They led off their first drive with a 3-yard touchdown rush from Eli Smith, and then a turnover on downs on their own 22-yard line, then a punt, then it was a 7-yard touchdown rush from J.D. Crisp. And then they set up for a field goal, but it was a bad snap, and they could not convert the first down, so it was a turnover on downs on that. And now it will be Second Baptist to receive here, as they are still leading by 7. Everybody's lined up. The elements have changed a little bit. A lot more rain coming down here at Rice Stadium, as it is pretty much at this point just straight up raining. As it will be picked up. A couple of guys missing, as he will be pushed out of bounds right there at the 25-yard line. So that will bring out the quarterback, Turner Murdoch, the 6'2", 198 sophomore, leading the charge out here, as he has been led from his backfield, number 21, the senior Eli Smith, 6 foot 195, and also number 1, Everett Skillern, the 6 foot 205 senior as well, as it's been the senior running backs doing a heavy lifting. But don't sleep on number 8, J.D. Crisp, who does have 1 rushing touchdown. But so far for Murdoch, he's been doing all of his damage with the ground and pound game and a couple of passes over the top. But so far, the passing game has been a little bit stifled from this Fort Bend secondary. So now Murdoch, with the rain and the elements here, probably going to be leaning heavily on Eli White. And speaking of, there goes White right up the middle, gashing deep into the secondary there as he will push it for about a gain of 7 to make it maybe a 2nd and 4, 2nd and 3 is a gain of 6 officially, as he is pushed down at the 32-yard line here. So 2nd and 4 after a brilliant carry from Eli.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
So now, here comes Murdoch in that famous formation there with his running back split all the way around him. Will be Eli White tailing behind him. And it's going to be given, I believe that is Chris. Chris then makes a couple of jukes, will dive up towards the middle. He's a bit shy of the first down marker as they bring him to the 34-yard line.
He picks up 2.
So it should make it a 3rd and 2 from the 34.
Brought down on the play by Zuber.
Zuber, great fun
Brings up
name.
3rd and 2 for 2nd Baptist.
So Murdoch going to take his time here as 2nd Baptist is in no rush here to get any of these snaps off, taking all the play clocks down at least into 5, sometimes even 1 second before they snap that football on basically every snap. Single coverage on either side of the football here. Going to give it off to White. White is met in the backfield and brought down for a loss there as he's pushed all the way back to the 31-yard line. So that should bring out the punt team after brilliant push up front there from Fort Bend. Will knock White backwards, and that will bring out the punting squad as it is now 4th and 5 all the way back to the 31.
Yeah, and you got to see, because from my side of where I'm standing, it looks fine to me. But I forgot, I get the glare and look over on your side. It is pouring like you mentioned. So you got to see if the ball had, like, the rain had to do with the run, like, being stopped, or was it just the full-on defense?
Exactly right. It is definitely slippery out there. As that one comes off the side of the foot of the punter, it will take a nice bounce there for 2nd Baptist and roll out at the 37-yard line. And just like you were mentioning, Enrique, just on that punt right there, came off the punter's foot a little bit funny because it is definitely pouring. You're not going to really see it on your screen as much, but I kind of took a little walk at halftime just to kind of get a feel of the elements. And it was a little bit wet and damp now, and it is heavily increased since I've come back up to the booth. And this is a situation where you're somebody like Fort Bend Christian who lies heavily on the pass game, and now you're adding in the elements. This might have to change it up and might see a lot of LeBlue. Speaking of, there goes LeBlue, head down, driving the pile forward up to about the 40-yard line. He'll pick up a gain of about 3 there to make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I really want to be surprised if there's some slip missed tackles.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody's just, it's not only is it wet, it's also cold.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to make matters a little bit worse. I mean, this is not typically a Houston winter here. But right now, it is going to force Fort Bend to try to see if they can adjust to it. Dever will throw out to the outside there, and that will fall incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver, Gordani, and unfortunately not able to come up with that one. So the clock will stop at 8:52 after the incompletion. And now 3rd and 7. And we can see it right there on that pass from Brady Dever there. Just the football coming out of his hand a little bit just difficult as that football feels just heavier and wetter and just more difficult to grab as the harder and harder it rains here. Dever backing up. He's got all day, uncorks one. He's looking for his man, and off the fingertips.
Oh, no.
He had him, but again, that just difficult catch to make over the top of your head there. It will fall incomplete, and that should bring out the punt squad, and does. So far, 2 possessions, 1 for each team, both resulting in the punt squad coming out here. So that stopped the clock after the incompletion. 4th and 7, ball still resting on the 40-yard line of Fort Bend. And with 8:40 remaining here in the third quarter,
Kim back deep for Second
that puts
Baptist.
Grayson Kim back deep here for Second Baptist. Kim, 5'9", 170 senior. It's a low, wobbly kick that he will call for a fair catch. Whew. Grayson Kim.
That's close.
Yeah, you can hear the fans all ooh there, as that one is just a difficult one to corral. Nice job by Kim, and that puts it right there at the 25-yard line with 8:34. And here comes Murdoch again to try to see if he can get this offense going.
On their own 25.
Both teams still with all 3 timeouts remaining. As we will try to see if we can get an update for you on the Dallas Christian and Southwest Christian game as well, because the winner of that will face the winner that you're watching right here. A different formation as they're kind of bunched up a little bit more in the backfield here for Second Baptist. They send a man in motion, and they're going to give it to White. White, he's got some room in the secondary, and ooh, if he was able to get past that tackle, it was going to be interesting between him and the safety, but it should move the chains after Eli Smith, a 10-yard pickup, 1st and 10, and out come the whistles as it looks like there's an injured Fort Bend Eagle down, and that is actually our first injury. And while he is down, we'll take a quick read here from our sponsors at Academy. Hey, I'm Brandon MacArthur with Vype Live, and I'm at Academy Sports and Outdoors off the Highway 59 location. The school year's almost here, and Academy Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to have your best year yet. Stop by your local Academy store today or shop online at academy.com and get football, baseball, and other sports gear like helmets, bats, gloves, and cleats. It's never been easier to get back to sports than with our wide selection of gear, great brands, and highly competitive prices. Academy makes shopping convenient with curbside and in-store pickup available for online orders. Academy carries the hottest brands in apparel and footwear like Nike, Adidas, Champion, Under Armour, Vans, New Balance, and Fila. Get ready for a breakout season with our football cleats, soccer balls, baseball bats, golf clubs, and basketball rims. Get in the game with our volleyball and cheer essentials. If dressing stylish is your thing, we carry trendy animal print and tie-dye gear. We're stocked with the hottest footwear like Adidas court shoes, plus Nike Air Max and slides. No one does fleece quite like Academy. We carry all kinds of cool styles from today's hottest brands. Check out school styles from best brands like Columbia, Crocs, Levi, Carhartt, and the North Face. So don't wait. Get ready for your sports season today at Academy. Still the injured Eagle being tended to around the 40-yard line there. And as both teams are running off to the sideline to take a knee, it's good to see the player set up, and he is now starting to rise to his feet as getting a nice round of ovation there from the fans, but not really putting any pressure on anything there. So the Eagles will check on their injured man. Hopefully it's just going to be a stinger and he can come back out there.
Number 8, Tavian Guidry.
As Tavian Guidry, the senior, hopefully it's not going to be anything too serious and he can come back. As a senior, the last thing you want to do is to come off in a state semifinal, especially with your team down 7. But as they tend to the injured Eagle, we start back up here. The clock is now winding with 8:20 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line after it was picked up from number 21, Eli White. Murdoch takes the snap. He's going to drop back. He's firing one out over there to the side. Does he have a man? And brilliant coverage. Trying to see who the number was on the coverage on the outside there.
Pass intended for Crisp falls incomplete.
As
pass is broken up on the play by number 10, Jalen Belford.
Jalen Belford, the senior, with a brilliant hand on the football there to knock that one away, as Murdoch was looking for J.D. Crisp on the outside. But you can't do that against Belford. So the clock stops, 8-minute even here. 2nd and 10, still on the 35-yard line of Second Baptist. Murdoch, whoa, completely different formation now. He's got trips wide receivers up top and a back split off to his right. Takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass, stepping up into the pocket. Flag comes flying. Murdoch's going to take off to the 40. He's going to slide. He's short of the first down marker. But usually with the yellow hanky on the field, that's typically going to be holding.
There's a flag on the play.
Personal foul. Illegal use of hands. Face mask.
Oh, to the defense there with illegal
Whoa.
use of hands.
Automatic first down.
Well, I didn't see that coming.
Didn't either. So now automatic first down after the infraction and goes against Fort Bend. So move it up and move the chains. And that's exactly what you need if you are Second Baptist there. Didn't see who the infraction was on, but Coach Jordan Black is absolutely livid on the sideline there, looking for an explanation from the White Hat, as they cannot believe. But thanks to the infraction, it now puts them inside of Fort Bend territory, all the way up to the 44-yard line.
On the Fort Bend Christian 44.
So 1st and 10 here, clock's rolling, 7:43 and counting. Murdoch does the same kind of formation shift again. And this time we're going to have a flag. I believe it's going to be a false start. The wide receiver, I believe, was at the...
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, it's going to go against Kyle Calmer, the 6'3", 190 junior, as he was lined up past the original line of scrimmage. Now, to be fair, he did point towards the side judge to check, but then decided against it, threw the flag, so back it up 5, pushes it to the 49-yard line, so 1st and 15.
Baptist knocks them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15.
So far, haven't had too many penalties go against Second Baptist. As now, same formation here for Murdoch. He's going to roll out of the pocket there. He's got Smith ahead of him here for his elite blocker. Lowers the boom and takes him down past the 40 to the 39. And that's what you want to see from your quarterback, laying some lumber on the linebacker there.
Murdoch with the keeper.
Ooh, that was nice.
Turner Murdoch showing he's got the stones as well, using that 6'2", 198 frame, laying the hit. And now we'll make it a 2nd and 5. After a solid pickup there, after they were facing a 1st and 15, they get all 10 yards back that they lost on the original holding. So Murdoch now back in his typical formation, but this time has one of his backers pushed up right behind the line. He's going to send White into motion. Dropping back, no, check that. That's actually going to be number 1, that's Everett Skillern. So it was a wildcat formation, and Skillern moves up ahead past the marker for the first down as he gets down to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Second Baptist, with a little bit of trickery on the wildcat there. And I think they're going to keep the same formation. Currently, Murdoch is over at the sideline. No, Murdoch will be checking back in now, as he has got the play call that he needs. 20 seconds remaining on the play clock. 5:45 and still rolling here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I mean, everything's been working fine for them. So if nothing's wrong, don't change it.
Exactly right. Everything keeps cruising here for Second Baptist, trying to see if they can find the end zone again. It's going to be a handoff to White. He's got into the secondary and then leaps over the defender and goes down. And check that. That's Skillern. Skillern doing some damage here on the drive. 2 carries, moves the sticks twice. 1st and 10 here for Second Baptist as they push it inside the 20 down to the 12-yard, or check that, to the 22-yard, 17-yard line. My apologies. So 1st and 10, ball on the 17. Is free flyover here. The medical district, I'm sure, hears that chopper flyover quite often. First and 10, ball on the 17-yard line, 4:55 and still counting here, as Second Baptist has been dominating time of possession here in the 3rd quarter. Murdoch, oh, broken play there. He's going to have to try to see if he can get out to the outside. Makes a man miss. He's up to the 15, then finally taken down right there at the 14. So on a busted play, Murdoch still able to pick up about 4 to make it 2nd and 6.
He picks up 3.
Check that, they'll say 3 yards, so to make it 2nd and 7 here, after Murdoch was holding out the football looking for his back to take it, but nobody home. So he moves the pile forward there, and now 4:15 and counting. as the rain is still steadily coming down here at Rice Stadium. And you have to think these elements are only going to help out Second Baptist, as they are a typical running team here. So the elements playing in their favor as they have the lead, and they're knocking on the door again. Skillern, oh, he's blown up immediately in the backfield.
They read that so perfectly.
As I believe that is going to be number 5. No, that is not 5. I'm trying to see who that was on the tackle. So hard to see those yellow numbers on the black kits there for Fort Bend, but he blew that up immediately in the backfield, and it's going to be a loss to make it 3rd and long as they push it all the way back to about the 21-yard line. So it looks to be about a loss of 7. Still haven't officially set the football down. There we go. So now, Murdoch, 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen, single coverage at the bottom. White split off to his right. Sends White in motion. He's going to have a free play here. Whistle did not blow. He needs to throw it. And now the whistles start blowing. But it will be encroachment on the defense or unimpeded to the quarterback. Either way, it should go against Fort Bend and move it up 5 yards. But that's a situation in that case. Murdoch needs to be aware that he had a free play and just chuck it up towards his wide receiver. But so far, the zebra is all together there having a long conversation. We'll listen into the white hat for the official call.
Offside against the defense. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay the ball.
Yeah, so on the outside edge there, the backer was a little bit too quick there on the gun, so it makes it
Penalty on the play.
3rd and 9, and it will push the line of scrimmage all the way up to the 16. So far in this 3rd quarter, this is the 3rd possession for either team, and there's 2:50 and counting. Second Baptist has been dominating on this 3rd quarter drive. If they can find the end zone, and right now they're set up in a wildcat formation where Skillern is there at quarterback. Sends White in motion. Skillern, and a whistle blows, and I believe we're going to have a timeout here from Fort Bend. We do. That's their first. So we'll take one with them. 2:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 9 on the 21-yard line of Fort Bend. Second Baptist trying to see if they can push this lead when we return here on Vype Live.
Christian leads Southwest Christian 24-14 in the 4th quarter.
Third and 9, ball on the 21-yard line. Skillern at quarterback here in a wildcat formation, but he's got 3 wide receivers at the top. He's going to take off trying to get out to the outside. He's got White as a lead blocker. Flags come flying in as he does a flying just knee kick.
Skillern with the carry, picks up 8.
But the flag is down right around the 20-yard line. So we will have to see, is this going to be in the backfield?
Block in the back. Offense number 28. 10-yard penalty.
So the block in the back goes against Kyle Colmerton, the 6'3", 190 junior. So back it up after Skillern was close to picking up the first down, but it will replay 3rd down. So with 2:25 as we wait for the chains to be set, it moves the original line of scrimmage all the way back to the 26-yard line. Second Baptist needs to make it all the way to about the 6 or 7-yard line for a first down.
Penalty on the play, knocks it down, knocks it back to the Eagle 26. Brings up 3rd and 19.
So Murdoch back in at quarterback now, as he's back to his original set. Let's see if they're going to try to run it to gain yards for a field goal, if they're going to air it out. Murdoch firing towards the corner of the end zone. He's got his man, and off the hands, incomplete. As he was looking for Grayson Kim, but unfortunately Kim could not get a big enough hand on it to reel that one in. The clock stops the minute 52. So now 4th and very long here. And so far the only field goal that was attempted from Second Baptist, it was a bad snap, and I don't know if you're going to kick any field goals in these elements either. So you might as well just keep the quarterback out there, see if you can pick up 19. That's why I'm surprised they didn't try to keep it on the ground there, pick up some yards and make it 4th and manageable. But now 4th and 19 on the 26. Sending a man in motion. Taking the snap. Murdoch stepping up into the pocket, firing it out there for Kim, and incomplete. And that will be a turnover on downs.
Murdoch's pass intended for Kim falls
So
incomplete.
it was a brilliant drive there from Second Baptist, but unfortunately for them, it was penalties that really hurt them. A couple of a holding call and a block in the back.
On their own 26.
Now results in a second time they've had a turnover on downs. And now bring out Brady Dever. He's got a minute 48. So if there is one positive from that drive, they took about 9 minutes off the game clock. So here comes Brady, sending a man in motion. That's Cretion. He's going to pitch it to him. Marcus dancing around, steps over a man, and two flags come flying out simentaneously. And that's going to be a holding that's going to go against Fort Bend, so it should back it up 10. As the infraction goes against Grant Poss, the senior offensive lineman. So we will replay first down, but it makes it 1st and 20. And now pushes it back to the, should be 16-yard line. Fort Bend does only have 2 timeouts remaining. They took one earlier in the quarter. And for those that are watching at home, an update on the Dallas Christian, Southwest Christian game. Dallas Christian leading 24-14 in the 4th quarter. So if that score holds, the winner of this will be facing off in the TAPPS state final against Dallas Christian. Dever rolling out, pitches it out to his back. He's up to the 20, 25, 30. He makes a man miss and then flipped up end over end as he is brought down at the 39-yard line. And a huge carry from Samuel LeBlue, the senior, as he was shot out of a cannon and picks up a huge first down for Fort Bend.
Long gain down to the 39. That'll be a first down.
So 1st and 10 here for Fort Bend. LeBlue into motion, and ooh, that should be a false start on the line there, as it looked like the far left tackle, number 71, Aiden Rhodes Hug. Man, that's awesome. Part of his last hyphenated name is Hug, H-U-G. But the infraction will back him up 5, as you can hear the student section from Second Baptist chanting, "You can't do that."
Penalty on
And now makes it 1st and 15, minute 7, clock now rolling. Dever dropping back, facing some heavy pressure on the outside, and he throws it off of his receiver's hands, falls incomplete. And that will stop the clock with 55 seconds. Make it 2nd and 15.
There goes Mother Nature, not wanting him to catch the ball. It's just his brain is going crazy. Right now it seems like it calmed down, but I'm probably need to get my vision checked because it seems like it's pouring down hard still.
It's still coming down a little bit. It's just that wet just mist all over the place, but it's raining a little bit harder than you would typically think. And you're right, that just came right off Domino's hands. Dever stepping up into the pocket, spins out. He actually will fumble and fall down on top of the football, but it looks to be a loss of 1 there. So 3rd and 16.
No gain on the play.
As this Second Baptist defense is just creating chaos for Brady Dever. It just has not allowed him to get comfortable at all. Again, this is a team averaging 513 yards of offense, and right now they are just being stifled by the weather and the Second Baptist defense. Dever stepping up into the pocket, and down he goes. Back-to-back plays Second Baptist just bringing the pressure, and this offensive line just does not have an answer to give Brady Dever enough time to throw. And with 3, 2, 1, that brings us to the end of the third quarter. As we head to the fourth, it will be Fort Bend punting it away to Second Baptist, 14-7. We head to the fourth quarter here in the state semifinal. Don't go anywhere, fans, as you are watching live here on Vype Live. Welcome back here to Rice Stadium, fourth quarter, as it will be a 4th and 19 punt coming up here for Fort Bend, as they will have to kick it away as he's standing right there around his 20-yard line. The returner is hovering around his 38. As Second Baptist trying to see if they can get some excellent field position. It's a high punt that will be fair caught around the 37-yard line, so excellent field position. As the last time the Second Baptist had the football, they turnover on downs, but they had over 9 minutes of possession. So this is a situation, if they could do the same thing here and just keep eating up clock and field position, they might be finding their way to a state championship. But first, they got to make it happen here against a Fort Bend defense that's been on the field a long time this ball game, and especially in this cold, wet weather. Not where you ideally want to be, and we'll see if maybe Second Baptist has just been slowly breaking them down here and can bust off a big one to try to put up some points. Here's Murdoch in the same formation he's been in most of the night. Takes the snap. This time he's going to give it to his back, trying to bust it out to the outside. There's a flag comes flying in, and I believe that's going to be a hold against the offense.
With the carry.
Holding. 73 the offense. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It is. It goes against Colin Hedges, the 6'2", 225 senior. So back it up 10 yards. We'll replay the down. So we'll make it 1st and 20 now with the ball on the 28-yard line. So the first half didn't have too many penalties. It was a relatively clean game. But now since the second half, we've seen a lot more yellows been flying around out there.
Little quick update. I'm looking at Max Preps, and it seems like Dallas Christian comes on top and now is heading to the TAPPS finals.
So there you go, from Enrique Rodriguez himself. Dallas Christian on to the TAPPS state final, waiting to this one right here. Who will they face? Eli White trying to bust it out to the outside. He's going to be pushed forward just shy of the 30-yard line. Nope, they will mark him at the 30. So only a gain of 2, and now makes it
Smith with the carry.
About a 2nd and 18. And I'm going to do some research here on Dallas Christian in just a moment to try to get you some information on those guys. As right now, Second Baptist in no hurry to snap the football, as they are going to use that clock to their advantage. Now, they still have all 3 timeouts. Fort Bend only has 2. We'll see if that burnt timeout in the third quarter will come back to haunt them. Mixing up the motion here for Second Baptist. They'll go to trips wide receivers at the top of your screen, single coverage at the bottom. Eli White split off to Murdoch's right. Turner calls for the football. He's going to keep it himself. He's trying to bounce out to the outside, but he is brought down immediately. Gain of nothing. So it should bring up a 3rd and 18 from the 28. And if Murdoch's going to try to pick up the first down, he's going to have to make an incredible play to move those chains. He's got to get all the way down to about the 48-yard line. .10:05 and counting here. 20 seconds remaining on the play clock, so Murdoch's still in no big rush to try to get this one off. Murdoch has what he wants. 4 seconds remaining on the play clock. 3, 2, 1. Gets it off just in time. He's going to roll out of the pocket, firing it deep for his man. And out of bounds. J.D. Crisp tried to make a highlight reel catch, but unfortunately flies out of bounds, and it will stop the clock with 9:34, and that will bring out the punt squad here for Second Baptist. So far, Second Baptist 3 possessions, punt, turnover on downs, and now another punt. And where he is standing, his back heels are just ahead of that 15-yard line, standing right there at the 16. So this is an opportunity for Fort Bend to see if they can have a big return to put them in solid field position. And it's blocked! And the ball will go out of bounds right there around the 19-yard line. So the second block here for Fort Bend. And now they're going to have excellent field position as they will be deep inside of Second Baptist territory on their 18-yard line.
I don't know if you noticed, that's the exact same spot where it happened for Second Baptist. So now just flip the scripts, and this is the exact same moment right here.
So the special teams have been having a hard time tonight, as you're exactly right, Enrique. Second Baptist had a block on Fort Bend, and the football ended up exact same spot on that same side of the field here. This time, Fort Bend trying to see if they can strike. Firing it over the middle. He's got a man wide open in the corner of the end zone.
Touchdown!
And just like that, one play, one strike, 13-14, extra point still pending, and Fort Bend has made this interesting.
That brings the score to 14.
And exactly how it happened last time. Block punt, and it took one play to score. This is amazing right here.
As that is Dominio, the junior, his 18th touchdown reception on the season, and no bigger right there. Good snap, good hold, kick is true. Oh, it's wide left.
God!
It's wide left.
Montoya's kick is no good.
Oh, man, the wide left extra point. Will that come back to haunt Fort Bend? 9:10 remaining in the ball game. Second Baptist will have the football when we return here on Vype Live.
Folks, we have a final from Mesquite, Texas. Dallas Christian defeats Southwest Christian by a score of 24-14 to advance to the TAPPS Division II state final.
9:10 remaining in the ball game after an 18-yard strike. Brady Dever to Dominio has now made it a 1-point game after the missed extra point that went wide left. There's still 2 timeouts remaining for Fort Bend, 3 remaining for Second Baptist. But this is a situation with the elements of the rain. It's been really difficult for the special teams unit to work here tonight. That's been the only hiccup about all night. There's been 2 blocked punts and then a bad snap on a field goal, a 27-yard field goal from Second Baptist. And then you just saw it right there, a missed extra point, and that kick goes out of bounds. So that's going to give Second Baptist excellent field position here, as the elements are still just playing havoc on the special teams unit. Here comes the "you can't do that" chance. Still waiting on the white hat to make the official call.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, ball was placed at the 30-yard line. First down.
So you heard it there. Ball will, by rule, be placed at the 30-yard line. So 9:10 remaining, and that gives Murdoch plenty of time here to work. Now they do have a 1-point lead here, so this is a situation where you want to try to bleed as much clock as possible. So here comes Murdoch, and so far looking down there at all the fans, it seems a bunch of them are on their feet even in these horrid conditions. Murdoch takes the snap. He's going to roll out of the pocket there. He's going to try to follow his lead block and comes back up to the middle, then dives forward for a solid pickup as he gets past the 35, down to the 36-yard line for a 6-yard gain to make it 2nd and 4.
I'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Nice job there from Turner Murdoch, being patient there, just waiting for his blocking to get out in front of him, and then cut back up the middle of the field. That's how he was able to pick up 6 yards. So 2nd and 4, 8:40 and counting. 22 seconds remaining on the play clock here for Second Baptist. Makes it really inconvenient when both teams are the Eagles, because then you have to full name everybody all the time.
The only difference is the jerseys, obviously.
Exactly. Going to be a handoff to Chris. Chris trying to bounce it out to the outside, but he's going to have a huge loss on that right there as Fort Bend is going to eat him up and drive him all the way almost back to the original line of scrimmage, as that's going to be a loss of about 5 on the play, and now that makes it 3rd and 9. So it pushes them all the way back to the 31-yard line.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
So 3rd and 9 with 7:53 and counting, not the direction you want to be going here if you're Second Baptist. So now this might force Murdoch into a passing situation. Now we know Second Baptist is not afraid to go for it on 4th down, as they did so in the first quarter on their own 22-yard line and didn't convert on a 4th and 1, might I add you. Murdoch, low snap. They're going to pitch it back there. He's blown up into the backfield, hits it over to his wide receiver, Skiller. He's got the first down and more, but you're exactly right. Flag comes flying in. And typically when you see that, it's either going to be a holding or a block in the back.
He picks up the first down, but there is a flag on the play.
And judging by the, yep. Goes against number 3, Grayson Kim. And what would have been a first down now gets pushed all the way back to make it a 3rd and 18. And it should be on the, well, no, they're going to do holding from the original spot. So check that. It moves it only just to the 29-yard line and makes it about a 3rd and 11 here for Second Baptist. Holding's our spot foul position, so you just throw it from the where the hold occurred. And man, this rain is now coming down harder.
Oh yeah, now I'm seeing it from my side now.
Yeah, it's I feel like it's about to come in here now. Moving a man in motion, 6:50 and counting. Murdoch on a 3rd and 11 here. Ooh, a couple people moved.
Both sides are pointing fingers.
Yep, and that's going to be a false start.
Oh, no.
Back it up another 5 to make it 3rd out and 16. And the ball is going to be on the 24-yard line. So penalties are just killing Second Baptist here in the second half. As in the first half, they played a pretty clean half, and now the Yellow Hankies coming in almost every play.
Yeah, all of them Yellow Hankies coming on the field could probably clean up all the water from the bleachers because it's alive in this second half.
You're exactly right. 3rd and 16, 6:39 clock stopped after the infraction. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Murdoch in a shotgun formation. Tripped, wide receivers at the bottom of your screen, single coverage at the top. Low snap, rolling out of the pocket. He's going to fly it over the middle there. Does he have a man? And it's incomplete, and here goes the flag.
Oh, my goodness.
I think it's going to go against the offense here.
I think so, too.
Because otherwise, they were looking at an interception. That's not a bad play there from Grayson Kim, and it should decline it, bringing up a 4th down, unless something crazy happens here. Oh! Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That's a tough one to swallow there if you are a Fort Bend fan. And now the Zebras are coming rushing in to talk.
There we go.
Yeah, they're going to overturn this.
Correction.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I was going to say.
Wow.
That will be declined, so it brings out the punt team. I was fearing for this referee to leave this stadium if he was going to keep that call. I was like, we can blame icing conditions. So now bring out the special teams. Clock is stopped at 6:28.
Need to punt for Second
And
Baptist.
the
Charlie
last
Swain.
time the punt team came out, it was blocked.
Fort Bend Christian, Jalen Belford.
And it's still a situation here, even on a good punt. Fort Bend might have some excellent field position. Now they are trailing by 1 after the missed extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is low. It's going to take a nice hop here for Second Baptist. It's going to be picked up from the returner. Then he's going to be dragged down at the 40-yard line. So the low punt ends up working out in their favor.
Return of a -2. Brought down immediately
Yeah, I
by
think they needed
Skillen.
something to bring up their hopes after that call right there that was overturned.
Fort Bend begins their drive on their own 40.
That was a situation where you were just seeing red from Fort Bend, and then the minute the correction came in, pure just jubilation there as they were jumping up and down. But now Brady Dever, the junior, with 56 touchdowns on the season, trying to see if he can drive the Eagles to the end zone. It's going to be a pitched out to LeBlue. LeBlue making a couple of guys miss, gets past the 50.
Oh, there he goes. He's still going
on his
Oh,
feet.
my goodness.
Samuel LeBlue pushing the pile forward
Dever
inside of
pitches it to
Second
LeBlue.
Baptist territory.
17-yard gain.
And after the
First down,
17-yard
Fort
scamper,
Bend.
1st and 10 here for
Brought
Fort
down on the
Bend.
play by Skillen.
Dever getting everybody set. Trips wide receiver at the bottom of your screen here. He's going to go back to LeBlue. LeBlue going up the middle, still driving forward, pushing the pile as he makes it up to the 36-yard line. And a solid pickup there from LeBlue.
LeBlue
As
with
it's a
the
gain of
carry,
7.
Picks up 7.
So it
Brought
should
down
make
by
it about
Courtney.
They're going, I think in my opinion, they're going a bit too quick. They have the ball in their hand. They should slow it down a tad bit, chew out as much time as they can.
I'm kind of with you on that. Let the clock be your friend. They're going to pitch it out to LeBlue. LeBlue upended. As is he going to be close to the stick? I think they're going to mic him a yard short.
Yes.
LeBlue with the
So
carry,
3rd and
picks
1
up
here
2.
for Fort Bend.
Upended by Crisp on the play.
Now this is a situation, do you find LeBlue again, or do you let Dever air it out or possibly make the decision? We haven't seen that run pass option since the first quarter where he kind of runs out and screens it out over to the wide receiver. This might be the opportunity to run it here, but they're going to go back to LeBlue, and he's got the first down and more as he gets past the 30-yard line down to the 29. 1st and 10, Fort Bend, move the chains.
LeBlue with
4:44
another
and counting.
carry.
Second Baptist trying to do everything they can to bend, not
Second on the
break.
play by Hedges.
They still have the lead after the missed extra point. Dever barking out the orders there to everybody as he's got 4 wide receivers at the top of your screen. He's going to pitch it out to LeBlue. LeBlue trying to race to the outside, getting past a couple of tacklers, still on his feet, and then puts on the Jets and then finally runs out of bounds at the 25-yard line. And there seems to be a Second Baptist Eagle down right there at the 3 on the 30-yard line. And so there's a timeout, but he is on a knee, so that is a promising sign. But they will check on the injured Eagle. While they do that, now he is going to be up and off, so nice to see, I believe.
I think there's another one, if I'm not no.
I'm trying to see if that is number 8 or number 3. If that's 8, it's J.D. Chris. If it's 3, it's Grayson Kim. But a little bit tough to see from this high altitude up here. But nice to see he's on the sideline, and it looks like he will be okay to return. So 2nd down here, 2nd and 5 on the 25. 4:23. Still 3 timeouts remaining for Second Baptist, 2 remaining here for Fort Bend. Dever in the shotgun. Takes the snap, dropping back to pass. He's looking left, he pumps, firing over to the corner. Does he have a man? It's picked!
Wow! No!
And it's intercepted!
Dever's pass is intercepted by number 5, Karsten Chambers.
Karsten Chambers, the 6', 175 junior, with the biggest interception on the season, as it will go for a touchback. And the Second Baptist Eagles will take over on their 25-yard line with 4:08 remaining in the ball game.
It seems like while he was trying to go for the route, he takes a tumble, and then right at the end zone, he takes another tumble for him to basically just ruin the whole entire. Not ruin, because it was still a pretty great play, in my opinion.
Dever, you're exactly right. It was the stumble there that didn't allow the receiver to kind of regain his balance to try to jump up there and make a play on the ball. And instead, the interception there from Carson Chambers, my apologies. And it's going to be Eli there on the carry. And oh, it takes a heavy shoulder, goes down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Smith with the carry,
As
picks up 4.
it will be
Brings up
second and 6 with the ball on the 24-yard line. My apologies, I think I said they take over on the 25. I meant to say the 20 after the touchback. But the clock is in favor of Second Baptist here. They are in no hurry as it's 3:40 and counting. But again, Fort Bend still does have 2 timeouts remaining. But with a 2nd and 6, you got to stop them here and then possibly burn one to try to just keep as much clock as possible for Brady Dever. And for Brady Dever, 56 touchdowns on the season, and that is only interception number 5. But what a time to have it. Handoff, White, cutting up the middle, gets loose in the secondary. And that's going to be a 1st and 10. Eli White
with the carry. Picks up
to the 36-yard line. Move the chains. 3:09 clock stopped until they are set.
On the Fort Bend 36.
And now it's rolling.
Well, I don't know what was chance right there.
Yeah, it was quickly shut down from the sideline from the coaches. 15 seconds remaining on the play clock. 2:45 and counting on the game clock. Murdoch in the shotgun. White split off to his left. 3 wide receivers at the top of your screen. Would be shocked if they put it in the air. Murdoch going to keep it himself. Bounces out to the outside. He pushes it forward for about a gain of 2. Makes it 2nd and 8. Here come the timeouts.
Picks up 2.
So now Fort Bend is only going to be down to 1. You got to stop them again here. Burn another timeout, so we'll just kind of do some math, which is always a scary place to go. But if you run the next play, you can basically bring it down to about, we'll say 2:23. We'll give it a 7 seconds. Burn another timeout, clock stops, so it makes it 3rd down. And then from there, you can run about 30 seconds, depending on how far you go. Bring it all the way to, if all goes well here, for Fort Bend, they should get the football with just under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I couldn't do all that math in my head. No.
I
think you're
guesstimation.
the brains. You're the
A lot of
brains.
guesstimation in that.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I teach reading and writing and not math. But with the clock stopped, first thing that Fort Bend has to do is hold strong here. It's going to be a 2nd down and about 8. And what they need to do is just kind of spy Eli White, number 21, as he has been doing
After
the main damage here.
2nd and 8. Second Baptist.
Murdoch in the shotgun again. Takes the snap, gives it to White, busting it out up through the middle. He's going to be dragged down right there in front of the 40 to the 39. So 2:21. Well, the clock's still rolling. They're going to have to put some time back.
Brought down by Morrison and Grays.
Unless they're not going to burn a timeout here.
3rd and 5.
So that is another strategy to do.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to hold it on because maybe they have so much confidence that they'll get the stop right here.
It's a different strategy to do. I'm the bigger believer on try to just maintain as much time as possible. But what you're going to do, there's 15 seconds remaining on the play clock, 1:52 on the game clock. So you stop them here, you burn your final timeout, make them punt it away on 4th down. You can possibly get the football here, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Second Baptist run this all the way to 1 and burn their own timeout. And they do.
Timeout.
So Second Baptist now will burn their first one. With the clock stopped at 1:38, you assume they're going to just hand it off here. I don't know. That's an interesting call.
I think if I was them, I would probably hand it off because
Yeah, you force them to burn that timeout.
Yeah, their pass game isn't up to par right now. And plus, you got to keep in mind that you have the weather not on anybody's side tonight.
And what's funny is now that you mentioned the weather, looking up, it does look to be still now, as it seems like the raindrops have subsided. Looking at the flags, they're now limp as well, not gushing. This could be an opportunity here for the Fort Bend Christian Academy that might all be coming together, but you got to stop them here to give yourself a chance. You have one timeout remaining. If you're Second Baptist, you pick up a first down, you're off to the state final. And this is a situation, judging by where you are in the field position, again, Fort Bend, they only need a field goal.
Or any points to go to go their
Just
side.
something crazy to happen. That would be an incredible safety to happen from the 41-yard line. So here we go.
After the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line. Skillern gonna take it, trying to get out to the outside, and
It
he
stopped.
is gonna be
Oh
met.
my goodness.
And it'll be a timeout. So 4th down as they mark him about almost 2, maybe 3 yards shy.
3.
So 4th and 2, or 4th and 3, it should really be. And that should bring out the punt team. We're gonna see. There's a minute 31, clock is stopped.
No, they're gonna keep him on there.
We have a timeout. Defense. That is our final timeout.
Yeah, I was waiting for why the white hat wasn't noticing that they called the timeout like 9 times. He was about to start winding the clock. And Coach Black was just screaming, "No, I called the timeout." So now they'll talk it over, and this is going to be a situation. This is a dangerous call if you decide to go for it here, because if you don't get it, essentially 20 yards puts you into field goal position if you're Fort Bend. So this might be a situation you punt it away, but again, there has been 2 blocked punts on the day. So a lot of different scenarios could be tossed up. I'm sure no matter what somebody decides, hindsight will always be something that somebody will say, well, I would have gone for it. But we have a interesting 4th and 2 according to the big board. Ball's on the 44-yard line of Second Baptist. 2
Yes.
timeouts still remaining for Second Baptist.
Yeah,
as well.
Second Baptist is gonna keep their players on the field. Either it's gonna be a run play or a trick play coming up.
Yeah, it could be a situation where you kind of do a dummy thing where you send the quarterback out there, but only to have him pooch kick it away. But this is going to be the biggest call here for Second Baptist. Will they seek redemption and beat Fort Bend as they lost to them earlier this season, 27-24 in epic fashion? And so far they've tasted redemption after beating Regents again in the playoffs after losing to them last year. So they're trying to see if this 2021-2022 season is that of Second Baptist.
This could be it.
So they do have the punt team formation out there. So they are going to give it over to the defense to see if they can make one more stop. But first, you got to get the punt away. Good snap. Kick is high, end over end. It will take a bounce at the 30, roll to the 25, and then finally go out about the 23-yard line. So solid punt. That's what you needed there from Second Baptist, because you're forcing Brady Dever to go about 73 yards to try to see if he can win this. Check that, make it 76 yards as it's down at the 24-yard line. So here comes Fort Bend. A turnover ends it.
1:19 left on the clock.
No timeouts for Fort Bend. 2 remaining for Second Baptist. Everybody on their feet. Dever dropping back, fires it out to the outside, and ooh, he got there early.
There goes the flags. There goes the flag.
That should be up against Grayson Kemp, number 3, as he arrived just a bit too early against Marquise.
Pass interference. Number 5. That is spot foul. Automatic first down.
Yep, so that will move the chains and stop the clock as he ran through the back of Marcus Creshon. Referee forgetting to turn off his mic. Those are always my favorite moments.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious. So just massive confusion here from the chain gang as they cannot get set. They should just be at the 29. There you go. Dever set up in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. steps up into the pocket. He's rolling, and the ball,
Fumble!
and it's recovered by Second
There we
Baptist.
go.
And that will do it.
That should seal the game for Second Baptist to take them all the way to the finals.
Fumble is recovered by Second Baptist, Colin Hedges.
Brady
Eagles
Dever
take over.
rolling out of the pocket, facing heavy pressure, just trying to make too much. Fumbled it, recovered by Second Baptist, and with just a couple of kneel downs, they will be off to state. One minute flat, and nothing Fort Bend can do about the clock. It's going to take two knees, and then you are going to see this place just erupt.
There goes the chance.
What a redemption season here for Second Baptist. Last year getting knocked out of the playoffs by Regents, they knocked them out this year. Lost a heartbreaker to lose district 27-24 to Fort Bend, and this time knock them out in the state semifinal 14-13. Who would have thought what came down to this game would be a missed extra point?
That's all it took. Yeah, this is the beautiful game of football. You never know what's going to happen.
One more kneel down, and it will be celebration time here for Second Baptist. And that will do it.
There we go.
Your Second Baptist Eagles are on their way to the TAPPS state final against Dallas Christian after an epic game here to win 14-13. And just like that, they will be moving on as the taste of redemption has never been so sweet for Second Baptist.
Where they will meet Dallas Christian in the state final next week.
Whoa, what a game.
Thank you.
Enrique, final thoughts before we sign off, my man.
This was an amazing game. I was glad to be a part of it, and I'm glad to do it with you.
You're exactly right, man. It was a pleasure tonight. For Enrique Rodriguez, I'm Brandon MacArthur. For everybody back at the Vype Studios, making sure we look good and sound good. And for all of you at home tuning in, it's Second Baptist off to the state finals against Dallas Christian as they win tonight 14-13 over Fort Bend Christian Academy. Till next time, everybody, I'm Brandon MacArthur. Good night, everyone.